everyone, it's El Nicole here, recapping the season premiere of Cloak and Dagger. Y'all, I'm just so excited about this show. I've been excited about it for months, and I'm just so excited to share my reaction and my recap to it. And I plan on recapping each and every episode this season. So if you're interested in my review and my recap, make sure that you stick around and stay tuned. And don't forget, even though I know it's been a few weeks, I promise you guys I won't do that again. But make sure that you turn on your notifications so you don't miss any new videos from me. All right, guys, let's go ahead and jump into my review of the new show, Cloak and Dagger. Cloak and Dagger are a superhero duo. Gosh, that's like a tongue twister. That come to us from the Marvel universe. I feel like they're a little bit on both sides. Like in some comics, they might be like on like the regular side of Marvel, but in other comics, they might also be like on the darker side of Marvel, where you see like Jessica Jones, Runaways, and just other characters like that. But so just to give you a little bit of background on Cloak and Dagger, Cloak is a young African-American male who has the ability to like kind of use the darkness, and what he also has the capability of being like intangible, and he also has the ability to teleport through the dark dimension. You read the comics and everything, they say he has like a hunger for the light. Not too sure what that means, and I'm not going to dive too much into it because I know that my comic book people are going to just come for me if I get it wrong. So if you have the opportunity, make sure that you read up more on Cloak. And he's also always seen with like a dark hoodie or like a dark cloak or something like that. His character's name is Tyrone, which I feel is like probably one of the blackest names that they could have chose for this guy. But hey, whatever. We got us another black superhero. I'm not mad. Not mad at all. But all I hear is you better call Tyrone. And him like showing up through the darkness. So Dagger has the ability to like wield the light. She can create daggers out of the light, which if they hit you, they like suck the life out of you, which I mean, I would assume they're daggers. And then she also has the ability to like purge addictions and things out of people. And overall, like her light allows her to see like visions of people's hopes and dreams and aspirations. This allows him to see like the fears and anxieties and everything of people. Again, another part of their powers that's a little bit hazy for me too, because I'm not necessarily sure, like, does it only affect them, or are they able to like use it against like their enemies and whatnot? But again, I'm sure on the show, and as I do more research, I will have a better understanding of that, and I'll be able to kind of give you guys more background on that. So anyways, her character's name is Tandy. I think it's Tandy. Whatever. And in the comics, they're both like runaways that get caught up in like some like experiment and things like that. But on the show itself, they actually kind of stray away from that storyline, which I appreciate, but they still did a really good job of like staying true to their characters in the comics. And so in the show, neither one of them are technically runaways, but they both suffered really, really great loss that has like transformed their lives in different ways. So anyways, the show premiered tonight on Freeform, and I have to say that I was really, really impressed with it. I am someone that I considered a pretty dope dork. Man, again, another tongue twister. But yeah, I consider myself a pretty dope dork, and I'm into like comic books and superheroes and everything like that. But when it comes to like Marvel television, it's been a little shaky outside of like Luke Cage, because I think that's pretty much my favorite one. And so I was a little nervous to kind of see where this was going to go. And again, like on a channel like Freeform is known for pushing the envelope in different ways. So I was just like, where is this gonna go exactly? But I was really, really impressed. I'm glad that they did a 2-hour premiere, because I think if you're not really into comics, and if you're not going to sit there and do like the research and find out the information about Cloak and Dagger, you probably would have been a little confused, probably a lot confused about the episode and what was happening and everything that was going on. But yeah, so we see like where their connection begins, and we see like what their abilities can do, and they've had their abilities since they were younger, but I think it's just something that they both put out of their minds and just try not to focus on too much. That first hour was like a lot happening, because it was like a lot of flashbacks going on, and then it was like he was fighting and she was stealing, and it was like, but do you all even know each other? And it was like, no, we don't know each other. And it's like, well, do you go to school? And it's like, yeah, I go to school. And it was it was a lot happening like within that first hour, but it still like really captivated my attention. And again, like I said, I think they're more of like the darker side of Marvel, or like that darker universe side or whatever. And so like it was really kind of like heavy. Like, I mean, they both lose very important people in their lives at very young ages, and then they both almost died, but then they survive, and you know, and then they just grow up with the pressure and the feelings and the anxieties and the hopes of what could have been, and just feeling like guilty and all of that stuff. Just like from my reading and stuff, because I've never really known about Cloak and Dagger until the show came out, but I was really excited about it because, again, like I said, we got another black superhero on TV. It seems like Freeform did a really, really good job of like sticking to their characters. It was kind of tough watching because a lot of the stuff was really like 13 Reasons Why-ish. Like, you had not funny, but seriously, like you had the mother who was I'm assuming she's addicted. I know she's like addicted to alcohol, but there's a possibility that she's addicted to drugs as well. You have Dagger, who's on drugs herself. You know, you can tell that Cloak's mother, which I'm just gonna go by their alias names, but whatever. Cloak, his mother is still like suffering from the loss of his brother. Spoiler alert. And then like he gets beat up in the gym. Like, he got beat up a lot in this first 2 episodes. I'm like, you know, and like those 3 boys that beat up my boy Ty. Yeah. That's gotta stop. Like, I really did not appreciate that. Like, and for what? Because he was late to practice and you had to run a little bit. Like, I'm sure you needed it. I'm sure you needed to run. So like, get over it, you know? And then I was really upset with Tandy because, like, did she play old boy at the end after he gave that great speech and how much he loved her and all of this stuff? Like, I mean, granted, it was like a vision that she saw, but you're feeding off of the hopes of other people. So I'm assuming that he really feels like that about you. Like, he said you made it easy to love you and to like you and to just like accept you. Like, where you going? Like, what? Like, I was really upset about that. Like, I mean, what he said was beautiful. It was a great speech. I think he even cried. It was, I don't know. You know, I love the different dynamics of like the mothers, and how they dealt or coped with their loss. And I like that because there's no right or wrong way to deal with loss, and everybody deals with it differently. So I really liked seeing like the different dynamics of like their families, but definitely like their mothers and how they dealt with it. There's a police officer that's actually like, now something is really strange about that police detective. Like, she just seems really like sneaky. I don't get it. Like, does she know that they have powers? Like, is she, like, her motive seemed really weird because for starters, she didn't talk. And I mean, like, unless you are like a mute, you should be talking. Like, I don't understand why you're not. And so that was really weird. Like, literally, she just did not say anything. I think she like said the guy's name and then arrested him. But I don't know, like, it, like, her whole demeanor like just seemed really like odd and off. So I think there's like a greater story behind her and like who she is. She might be their villain or of some sort. I don't know. That's my assumption. I could be reaching, but she seemed really like, I don't know. Something about her just didn't seem right. It was real, I don't know. And like I said, she didn't talk. Like, that was weird to me. Then there was like an insinuation of like sexual assault. Like, it was really intense. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it was really intense, which is why I say I feel like this is kind of like the darker side of Marvel, but whatever. But it was definitely intense in some areas to watch. But like I said, I'm excited to see where the show actually goes. And like, I'm excited to see like when they really start to understand their powers and really starts to come together, and how like it kind of just transpires on TV. I just love when like superpowers translate on television. And what I also really liked about it is that it wasn't real like comic book-ish, if that makes sense. Like, you ever watch like something about superheroes and it just seems like pow should be popping across the screen, or like bam, woo, or whatever, like shoom. Like, it just seems real gumballish, like the Justice League. I need to get an umbrella because that was shade, but it's facts. I felt like I was watching a show about superheroes and not watching a superhero show. Or just like, what was it, that show that came on Fox? It was kind of like about X-Men or whatever. It was like lightning, fire, like, you know, like Captain Planet. Like, it was just like powers, all that. Like, we get it. You all have powers, okay? We get that you're mutants. Like, we get it. Like, I still want like a show with like comedy and some drama and like some situations happening. Like, I still want to watch a show all at the same time, like with some really good writing. And I felt like they really did do that with Cloak and Dagger. Like, I didn't feel like I was watching, like I said, a show about superheroes. Like, I felt like a superhero show. I didn't feel like I was watching a superhero show. I felt like I was watching a show about superheroes, and like there was still a story to tell about them outside of them having these capabilities and all of those things. So I really did appreciate and enjoyed that. So the first episode was actually directed by Gina Prince by the Woods. And like, y'all, like when I saw her name on the screen, I was like, yes, this is it. I gotta watch the show, because if you don't know who she is, let me inform you, okay? She is actually like the director and producer of like some of our favorite movies, like Love and Basketball and Beyond the Lights and the show Shots Fired, that they should not have canceled on Fox, but not the point. So I was really, really excited when I saw her name come across the screen, because I'm just gonna assume if she's directing, she's probably doing some producing and some writing and all of that stuff. And so that gave me like a green light to know that this show was going to be really, really good, because she doesn't just do anything, okay? Like, she is the bomb.com. The ending was really, really good, because I was really confused, you know, because he went to shoot this man, and the next thing we know, he like teleported through the dark dimension, because that's what he does. And next thing we know, like, he's shooting into the car with Dagger driving, and I was like, and then it was like black. Tune in next Thursday. Like, what? How did you guys do that? Like, why did you guys do that? So yeah. All right, guys. So that's all I have for the 2-hour season premiere of Cloak and Dagger. Make sure that you guys leave me some comments below so we can talk about the show. Will you be watching this season? How did you feel about the first 2 hours? Do you think that the show is good? Do you think that it's bad? Or do we need to like hang it away in the closet with Iron Fist and those shows? Again, shade. Anyways, guys, I love to hear from you, so let me know what you're thinking. Don't forget to share this video, tell a friend, invite a friend, do whatever you got to do. Let's watch Cloak and Dagger together. I will be recapping each and every episode, and I hope that you guys tune in. Turn on your notifications so you don't miss any new videos from me. All right, guys, until next time, I love you all for watching. Bye.